Are you tired of all these young whippersnappers with their flips and their folds because you like your screens to be flat like they're supposed to be? Well, then now might be the time for you to go ahead and pick up an S22 Ultra for a few different reasons that we'll explain in this video. The first couple of them are going to be economic reasons. The first one being these are now available through Amazon Renewed. The first batches come in, at least the ones that I noticed, now on Amazon Renewed. Link will be in the description. $899 for all the colors, including the Samsung exclusive ones, that red, whatever that red, that actually is orange, the kind of slate one, the sky blue, the white, this one, the burgundy, all of them in the 12 gig configuration with 256 gigs of storage, $899. So that's quite the haircut off of the $11.99 that they're asking on the Samsung website, which is quite nice. And what I can tell you from experience using Amazon Renewed for such new devices, this device isn't even a year old. We're talking 8 months, less than 8 months on a device like this. When I got my LG Wing, when I got my Pixel 4 XL, in fact, the XL was almost 2 years old at that point, because of how those devices were used, how little they were used, and who they were used by, most likely there was going to be a case on this. There can't be any damage on it anyway because of the Amazon Renewed rules. You don't have to worry about battery health, but we're going to talk about a way to check that in a moment anyway, but it has to be over 80%. And if you do the Amazon Premium one, it has to be over 90%. But these are going to be next to brand new. My LG Wing, which was a year old, still had the stickers on it. A lot of them are overstock, or there's stuff that they're trying to clear out, or there were ones that were just on lease, or people traded them in, or whatever it happens to be. We're talking about a less than a 7-month-old device that you're getting a $300 haircut on that's going to be in good condition, and if it's not in good condition, you have 90 days, return it to Amazon. And there's no issue there. The other reason why you'd want to pick this up is we learned recently with the flip and fold trade-ins how aggressive Samsung is with the new generation. So if you were somebody who was unsure, you didn't want to jump in at this point because you said, well, right now I'll wait until the S23 Ultra. Well, guess what? You could pick one of these up for $899, and maybe in January, if Samsung gets aggressive again with the pre-order offers, trade it in for $1,000. You could be up $100 towards the S23 Ultra, a phone that you're going to wait for anyway. You could pick up an S7 or an S8 at a swap meet, a garage sale for whatever, off of eBay, trade that in for another $150, and you're on your way. There are a lot of ways to save money with these Samsung pre-orders if they're going to continue to be so aggressive like they were for the Flip 3 and the Fold 4. I'm sorry, the Flip 3, trading it in, and the Fold 3 trading it in. You were getting $900 towards your Flip 4, a $1,000 device, just by trading in last year's model. If that continues, they give you $1,000 for this. That's more than you paid. And you get to save that towards the S23 Ultra, plus you get to use this for the 5 months in between. And what an experience it is. If you're coming from an S21 Ultra, it really only makes sense if you're looking to game the system a little bit, beat the house and make that extra money on a possible trade in January. But if you're coming from anything else, this is still the top of the food chain in my mind on the Android side in the United States. I don't want to get into that discussion again, please, with that. You can't use those other phones that everybody talks about in the United States, all right? So it's a non-issue for me. This is top of the food chain on the Android side here in the United States. I understand a lot of people, if you're coming from, because I get this discussion a lot, if you're coming from a series Samsung device and you're saying, what is he talking about? He's saying that One UI is a nice experience, is something that you want to use. Yeah, it is. Trust me. On the flagship side, it absolutely is an experience that you want to have. On the budget side, on the mid-tier side, it is not an experience that you want to have. And I understand that because I always got confused by people saying, well, what's wrong with Samsung software? What's wrong with this? What's wrong with that? And when I would use the flagship level devices, the S21, the S22, I'd say, well, what are you talking about? I don't quite understand that. What device are you using? And they were always using an A-series device. It's not as well optimized on the A-series mid-tier devices as it is on the S22 devices, the flagship devices. So if you've been hesitant to jump up, this might be an opportunity for you to do it. Try it out, and you can always trade it in when it comes to January. So let's talk about the battery stuff, because that's important, and that was something that you usually weren't able to check on the Android side, the actual health of the battery. So we're going to go ahead into the Samsung app, Samsung Members app. The membership for the Samsung whatever is free. So you go right in there, and you should get see diagnostics when you should go into the Samsung app. You hit that, if it actually works. And you're going to see here, battery status. You go ahead and click that, and you see battery life good. No issues. Capacity, 5,000 milliamp hours. So you're going to have, that's capacity of this device. So if you get yours from Amazon, or if you buy yours used anywhere, well, you don't have the protections. If you get it from Amazon, and you see less than 4,200 there, no. Return that. You shouldn't be seeing that anyway on this. I would be shocked of the heavy use device after only 6 or 7 months that you'd be seeing 4,800 there. But that's a quick way to make sure that you're getting all of the battery that you need, and you need it on this device. Because the Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 is not a well-optimized chip. Samsung is taking the swings that they can with this device, but it's not going to be fixed in software. I really believe that. All the other manufacturers have had issues with it. Battery life on the Snapdragon 888 and now the Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 have been terrible. Bad. This is a 5,000 milliamp hour battery on a flagship, and I'm getting 5 hours. Some people are able to get more. Some people have better luck than me. But I know a lot of people are complaining about the battery life on this device because for a flagship, something that they paid a lot of money for, they'd expect it to be a heck of a lot better than it actually is. You can do things. You could turn off 5G. You could turn down the refresh rate. But at that point, I'm going to take my money, all right, even my $1,200, my $900, save a few $100s, and get a device that has a 60 hertz display. Get a device that doesn't have, doesn't need the flagship processor, has maybe a less powerful Snapdragon, has better battery life for that as well. You get a 60 hertz display at 1080p running a mid-tier Snapdragon, you're looking at 7 or 8 hours of battery life, screen on time. Big difference. But if you're looking for the top of the food chain experience, the snappiest experience you're going to have, the S Pen, which I understand a lot of people, they feel like it's, I don't use it or whatever. There are plenty of ways to use it. I'll link a video at the end of this, kind of some ways that you can really use it and take advantage of it on a daily basis. It's fun to have. I like it. Even if you don't use it for the air commands or taking pictures or any of that stuff, there's plenty of useful uses for it on here that don't involve any of that stuff with air command. I just like having the ability of being able to pull that out, sign stuff, make GIFs, have fun with friends, write on images, screen write, stuff like that is fantastic to use. And if you could do that at a price like $899, I think with the exception of the battery life, you're getting a phenomenal deal on the top of the food chain Android device. And everything else that you're going to want to do, and part of the reason why the battery life or the screen on time being limited is so frustrating, is because you want to do more with this device. It's not like the Flip 3 where you find yourself doing a little bit less because you got to open up the device again. You got to unfold it and you got to refresh or whatever. So it's kind of a disconnect device. This is one you want to put all your widgets on. You want to put everything on. You want to do more. You want to screen write. You want to have some fun with. You want to do all your business on here. This is a device that you want to use more, so it's frustrating when that battery life doesn't live up to it. And if you're looking at one of these and questioning kind of the battery life, I will say this. It's standby time that has the issue. It's not necessarily using it. I could use it for games. I could use it for Pokemon Go. I can have this screen on for a half hour straight, and I'll lose 3% of battery life. It's not that. The process when it's running is fine. For some reason, it's the process when it's in standby, whether it's the mobile drain, whether it's the modem, whether it's the Wi-Fi modem. I have no idea what it is. But that is what's causing it. The Snapdragon just can't handle it, and it kind of burns through different things. But everything else that you're going to want to do, games, for years to come. So even if you don't trade it in for an S23 Ultra, you don't get the deal that you thought you were going to get. They're not offering 1,000. Perhaps they're offering 800 or 900. And you like it, go ahead and keep it. It's going to be supported for years. It's going to last well into the future. A phenomenal experience, top to bottom. Definitely top of the food chain, and a device that you're going to want to use for more stuff, not less. And one that when you get in your hand, you feel how premium it is. The Samsung panel is the best in the game. 120 hertz refresh rate. Everything that you could possibly want, and the fantastic build, versatile camera with the different lenses. Everything that you'd want in a flagship is here. Pick it up for $899, and you can have a potential to make money on the next generation, or just wind up keeping it and enjoying it for years, and you're going to have no issue whatsoever. If you've made it this far, like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Until next time, say hello to all the Pushins. People like them. Have that Steve-licious day.